Hi, this is Bill for Sparky channel. Today I'd like to show you a different kind of old work box. In previous videos I've shown you the more typical type of old work boxes. The one I'd like to show you today is made by Arlington, and it is a 2-gang screw mount device box. I believe that this box is superior to your standard Carlin old work box if you have access to a wood stud. That is, if you can install this Arlington old work box right next to a stud, then I believe it will be superior to your standard old work box. This box is 41.4 cubic inches and it is UL approved. To install this kind of box, first find and mark the stud. We're going to use the stud line as one of our edges. And now I'm going to mark the other edges of the hole that we're going to make in the drywall. This can also be done for plaster, but this happens to be drywall. So that box right there is where I'm going to be cutting out the hole. First, cut towards the stud so that you can definitely find exactly where that stud is. Cut out the rest of your box. And then you want to cut right down alongside the stud with your drywall knife. Now test out your hole with the 2 screws facing the stud. When you know that your box fits the hole well, then take the box out and fish your electrical cable. Run your Romex through the appropriate clamp and then insert the box into the drywall with the screws facing the stud. A tip is to leave the box out from the drywall about 1/8 of an inch before you screw in the first diagonal screw. And that is because when you screw that screw in, it's going to suck the box in about 1/8 of an inch. So just leave it out, and then after you screw it in, it should be just right. Now screw in the first diagonal screw. Notice it did suck in a bit when I screwed that screw, but now it's perfectly flush with the drywall. Then I'll hold the box steady with some pliers and go ahead and screw in the second screw. Now the box is flush, but I'm seeing that I need to take off a little more drywall material where the arrows are. So I'll take the box back off and cut off a little more material on those 2 sides. So I'll reinstall the box and see if I can't get the screws right in the same holes that they were in. I feel that the 2 screws screwed diagonally into the stud give considerably more strength than the wings of the old work box that normally tighten onto the back of drywall. So in my opinion, the Arlington screw mount device box is superior to the Carlin old work box if you have a stud available to put the box right next to. If not, go ahead and use the Carlin if you have to. But these are stronger. The 2 screws are stronger than the 2 plastic wings. I'll put links in my video description for both the single gang and the double gang Arlington device boxes. And Southwire is making these kind of boxes as well. In fact, they have a whole line of these boxes, which I'll put links in my video description for as many of them as I can. And I'll put a link for the Milwaukee Oscillating multi-tool, both in the 12 volt and the 18 volt. And I'll put a link for Q-bits. But for this particular job, I would just use a drywall saw, because with a drywall saw, you can go right down that stud very nicely. You can feel the stud and so forth. So for this job, I would prefer to use a drywall saw. And last but not least, I'll put a link for the Zircon stud finder. Thanks. I hope this video was helpful.